Hey y'all, we are here to show you how to make your DTF transfer projects for the Grillin, Chillin craft pack.
I'm so excited about these. These designs are so fun, and I think I want to start with the koozies.
All right, let's do the koozies. So we have a couple options over here. We have Grillin and Chillin, Party Like It's 1776, or Just Here for the Snacks. I mean, I really love the Just Here for the Snacks.
I do too.
And then what else do you think? We also have this eagle over here. Is that a front pocket?
This can be a front pocket for the shirt.
But how about just do these?
Yeah.
They're right next to each other.
This one's gonna match the sign too from our UV DTF project.
Perfect. So I'm gonna grab those. And we're gonna take turns pressing, and we're gonna hope that everything goes according to plan.
Nobody panics because it's all part of the plan.
All right, so I've cut out my two DTF transfers. I am just gonna kind of try to clean this up a little bit to make it where it's not going to be quite as large. That's just me being a little extra. I'm thinking I'm going to put this Party Like It's 1776 on the khaki. Is that where our brain was going? And then I was going to put this one on the navy, Just Here for the Snacks.
I love it.
All right, so I'm gonna pre-press my koozies first, and I'm gonna put both of these on the heat press at the same time. And we are pressing at 310 degrees for 10 seconds.
Yes.
All right. Man, that sucker like popped right back up. Okay, so we're going to lay these down. And Katie's little tidbit for the koozies is?
I really like to use a sheet of parchment paper, butcher paper on top of it. Since the neoprene of the can coolers kind of warps a little bit under the pressure and the heat, this kind of helps keep your design a little bit weighted down, so that way it does not affect that as much.
Yeah, and also remember, these are neoprene. They really hold on to the heat. So when you remove them from the heat press, they are gonna be very, very warm. All right, so we're gonna give that a press. And it always feels like 10 seconds takes forever.
It does.
But it's almost done. And then I'm gonna remove the carrier sheet from these. They just peel right off. And then I'm just gonna cover them back up and give them one more additional press for 5 to 10 seconds. And we have our koozies done.
Very careful.
Ooh, they're hot, girls and guys. Ooh, there we go.
Cute. I love them.
All right, and now we're gonna move on to the shirts.
Let's do the apron. I want to show you guys a really cool trick with the apron.
I'm gonna trade places with you.
Okay, so I'm gonna use this Grillin and Chillin for our grill apron.
And I love this image, by the way.
It is so cool. I am in love with it. Okay, so we have our Grillin and Chillin, and we're going to quickly pre-press our apron here, because you will see it comes with a pretty hard seam right down the middle. So we want to make sure we get that out so that way we don't have a seam in the actual press.
And while you do that, Katie, which images are we putting on shirts?
We are going to be using this one, and then this, and I want to use this guy as a little pocket.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cut those out.
All right, I'm gonna pre-press the apron.
And then you're gonna need one of these shirts, correct?
I'm gonna need one of those shirts before we press them, yes.
There you go.
Thank you. All right. Now I'm gonna remove it just for a second, and I'm going to take a folded up t-shirt. So if you have a pressing pillow or like a towel, anything, I would definitely recommend those, but don't worry. If you don't have one of those on hand, you can just take one of these shirts, fold it up. So this apron comes with a little grill pocket here for like your thermometer and other cool things that go with your grill. I don't really know. So that is going to help us because we want to make sure that the seam on this is not going to give us any problems, because even though seams are very small, they can give you a little trouble. So make sure your design, or I'm sorry, your shirt is aligned. We're gonna take our design and we're gonna press it right up against that pocket there without actually going over it. And then we're just gonna feel around to where our shirt is. Make sure it's all the way there. And we're gonna press. Might need to adjust your pressure a little bit. Once you add like a pressing pillow or a shirt or anything, it changes, you know, it's thicker under there, so you have to adjust a little bit.
It also helps if you're shorter, if your heat press is lower compared to higher, like where it's located, because of the leverage you get from lifting it.
All right, and then let me just realign it really quick, and then we are going to do another press with our parchment paper.
And what was the time frame for the last press on this, Katie? 5 to 10 seconds?
5 to 10 seconds, yeah. Okay. All right.
Awesome.
There we go. How cool.
All right, I'll trade you.
Okay.
Deal.
Deal.
All right, next up we're gonna work on our t-shirts that came in your craft pack. And we're gonna do the Let Freedom ring. It's got the skull on it. We're gonna be putting it on this black heather.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So it's already warm, so I'm not gonna do a pre-press because I just used it for our pressing pillow. So it's already got the heat to it, but it does have a few wrinkles in it. So maybe I will go ahead and do just like a quick
even
little
just
press.
a couple seconds.
Yep. Oh, and then it does tell me that I need to work with that pressure. So Katie had to adjust the pressure a little bit for the apron. Mm-hmm. So I'm just gonna have to adjust it back. A little bit more. Man, you really had to loosen that up, didn't you, babe?
I did.
Okay, I went too far. This heat press is gonna be the death of us today. All right, so we've got our pre-press done and our pressure right. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to lay this down, make sure that I have it centered, and I wanna make sure that I have it right where I want it here. So this is a full front image. So it's going to take up, you know, a big part of your shirt, especially if you're doing a smaller shirt. So we're just gonna put that on there and we're going to press. We're going to peel. And I'm gonna take a piece of parchment paper and lay it down and pre-press again.
Look how cool.
Doesn't that look neat?
I love that one.
All right, so that one is finished.
You want me to do our
Go do the last
little
one?
eagle
You
here?
do the eagle. Go, Katie, go.
All right, so our last shirt is one of my favorite colors, this military green heathered shirt. It's so cool, and it's gonna look really awesome with our America eagle design.
I mean, you have to say it like that, too.
America, okay? So we also have, you don't have to do it this way. This is what I think is gonna look really cool. We have also a pocket size of our eagle. He's even got a little beer mug. He's got his hat on backwards. He's so cool. So I'm gonna put him on the pocket, and then we're going to do this as a full back. So let's get this on here. We're gonna pre-press the front.
Do you have any tips or tricks when you're doing the pocket size items?
So sometimes pressing your shirt and like folding your shirt in half and putting a seam there is super helpful. I like to do 3 inches from the collar and 3 inches over, and wherever your finger lands, or if you're using a ruler, whatever, however you're measuring it, that is going to be the center of the design, not one of the edges, the very center. So I'm gonna use my cool little guy here. We're just gonna kind of place him.
I'm intrigued as she places the pocket design, because that's something I really struggle with, is exactly where to put it.
Really, I was told once, if you take it, you have your collar on your forefinger, keep your thumb where it is, measure out about 3 inches, and then just turn. And that's how I have been doing it for like a few years. So it's just like habit for me now.
Okay, and we're pressing for 10 seconds at 310 degrees. I feel like we need like theme music.
I know. All right, so we're gonna be able to just go ahead and peel that hot.
Perfect.
We're going to add our parchment paper here.
So with parchment paper with DTF, do you need to change your parchment paper to a brand new piece every time, like if you're doing sublimation? Nope.
No, because there's no, so for the reason you have to do it for sublimation is for something called blowout, where the ink transfers to a gas to dye the fabric. DTF transfers, you don't have to worry about that.
Perfect. So cute.
I love him. He's so
Like,
funny.
I would wear it just like that.
But I want to put this full back. So the way I'm going to put this shirt on the press is I'm going to have the front of this collar right here in the very back. So that has helped me align things for full back designs.
Because you don't want them up as high, correct?
Exactly, you know, especially even men or women, you know, sometimes they have longer hair, you know, and so you're still gonna be able to see it without it being right up against the neck.
That makes sense. And it's a great, you know, way to explain it.
And it keeps the seams out of the way.
Perfect.
So we're gonna put our full design here.
I love this color of shirt with this
It looks
transfer.
so good. I
does.
cannot wait to show you guys. This is gonna look so good.
I feel like I'm just standing here relaxing as Katie does all the work.
Hey, just hang
Doing a
out,
great
it's
job.
fine.
Good job, Katie.
All right, and it's already starting to pop off here.
Perfect.
Peel that right off.
And you start, if you are peeling hot and you start to have any issues as you're peeling hot, something has happened with either your temperature has gotten too hot on your heat press or your pressure is not set correctly. I said red.
So you can always pull it off of the heat press, let it cool down, and peel it that way.
Yeah.
And there we
Look
go.
at that.
Oh my gosh, guys. Look at
So
that.
good. That's great. So we have our
so
two
good.
shirts.
We have our 2 can coolers here.
And then our lovely apron, and we have made all of the projects for the Grilling and Chilling craft pack.
And you even have some left over.
You have all of these left, guys, like stars and stripes and sass. I feel like I need to make this.
Yes, I feel like my husband would especially love the bottom one. Let's
Yep.
get star spangled and hammered.
So there's a great array of images for you to make lots of projects with, and we hope that you enjoyed making projects with us today.